lovelies. Yeah, Dr. Esther here. I'm on call tonight, and I don't normally wear scrubs. It's sort of goofy, almost pretentious to wear scrubs when you're, just a chaplain. But we're in the middle of a surge, and I hadn't been going physically into COVID units, but I am now because roughly a third of our patients in the hospital are sick with COVID, and yeah, it's just time to really be present. So that's a thing. And although I don't need to wear scrubs to go into COVID because you put on all the PPE over that, and then when you leave the unit, you take the PPE off. Maybe I'll drop in a little photograph of what I look like with all my PPE on. Chaplain Esther in her yellow gown, her party gown. Although I don't need to have scrubs, it's sort of, it just means one less thing that I have to worry about getting clean before I go home. And it also sort of just, keeps me in it. It's like, okay, this is where we are right now. Yeah. This is where we are. Yeah. So I wanted to make this video tonight as I'm kind of hanging out, cooling my heels, hoping that the overhead pager is calm and copacetic, and that there aren't any untoward events that happen in my little neck of the woods. So as I'm cooling my heels here, I wanted both to try out. I have a new microphone. Yeah, this is the Samson Meteor. Oops, let's see if we can. The Meteor mic. Not very expensive, about $70. I got it in titanium, black, and red. And actually, I think it's, well, who knows? I've had it for all of like a day, but we'll see. I like it. It's small. It has. It seems really solidly built. I was expecting kind of cheap plastic, but it has kind of heft to it. I like things with heft. I like, heavy tarot decks, like my plastic decks that are sort of more heavy. I like my red stapler, my swing line stapler, and well, I'm in the office. I'm being goofy, so I like my flying pig. My husband gave this to me last year. So I like things that have heft. My new microphone has heft. Anyway, so I wanted to test it out. And I also wanted to share a sort of reading challenge, a tarot reading challenge that I've brought forward to my Mindful Tarot community for the month of September, and to invite you all, if you're interested, both to join the community. Just drop me an email and I'll add you on to our list, and no obligation, no cost. It's all free. The community, Mindful Tarot community, all free. But invite you to the Facebook page and all of that. So you can join us online in Facebook with this challenge, or you can do it on your own, or you can just, check it out, be interested in it, take it with a grain of the proverbial salt. It's part of what I've been working on with eye-opening, with intuition, and with the ways in which a kind of mindful approach to tarot is about developing our capacity to see, feel, hear, taste, touch the world with our whole being, just to like open that expansive, receptive quality that isn't, extra special. It's just being aware. It's just being present. It's just showing up with your whole being. So, this is something I've been talking about in videos and online and with my students for some time now. The connection between opening your eyes, seeing more fully, seeing with the whole body, seeing with all five senses, and intuition, having a more kind of heart-opened relationship to the cards and to our lives and to those around us. So this exercise is very simple. So at the beginning of the day, you pick a card. So I picked, this is my Conrad Stain Old Pam plastic version of the deck. I picked the Lovers. Oh, I guess I don't even need to show it to you. I picked the Lovers, I do love this deck, by the way. This is not good light to show it to you. Um, and I was thinking, things already. Here we go. I picked the Lovers. And that was already weird at the beginning of the day because, here I am. It's, in the land of COVID. What is the Lovers? How is that going to inform my life today? But the idea behind this, I'm calling it SeptemberSight, hashtag SeptemberSight. The idea behind this challenge is you pick a card at the beginning of the day, and rather than try to figure out what does this card mean, what wisdom is it bringing, what question is it posing, how is it talking to this moment, rather than try to figure that out at the beginning of the day, hold that card in your heart, in your mind, throughout the day. And as you go about your life, reading the card through the field, through the lens of your life. Like literally reading the card through what you're experiencing, what you're encountering. And at some point through the day, maybe you'll see something, maybe you'll notice something, maybe there'll be an experience that you have, an encounter that you have, a chance moment. Snap a photograph. That becomes your second card that allows you to read the first card. So I had the Lovers. I'm like, what is this about? I mean, I'm in land of COVID, lots of death. And then I reached a point in the middle of the day. I did something I don't usually do. I don't usually leave the hospital to take a break. I might go into the chapel and meditate, or I might, look at my iPhone and, go check out tarot decks on eBay, But I don't usually leave the hospital, even though my hospital, it's called Riverbend, and it's right by the Willamette River, and it's like on this acreage. It's the campus the hospital is on is gorgeous. There's like fields and a grove of old growth fir trees, and babbling water, and it's kind of amazing. And in fact, from nearly all of the patient rooms, there are these big glass windows that have views of nature. It's a very it's kind of an extraordinary hospital. When I interned here, I was like, oh, someday I want to be a chaplain here. I was still a professor at the university, but I was like, someday I want to be a chaplain here, because it's a special building, a special place. But I don't usually go outside, because once I'm in, I'm in. But today I needed to get out, and I actually walked a slightly different route, and I ended up in this field. And then I saw this apple tree. I walked over to the apple tree, and I realized, oh, yeah, that's the other card. That's the card that helps me read why the Lovers. Today is September 2nd, 2021. Yesterday was September 1st. It was my 19th wedding anniversary. My husband and I were married under an apple tree in our backyard. And of course, the Lovers card, with its reference to the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve, and what it means to fall into mortality, fall into impermanence and pain and suffering. It's also a card that's talking about what it means to be raised up. Like everything in the tarot, it's showing us the down and the up. And that image of the angel, their wings spread over the couple. It just reminded me, seeing this apple tree, and I lay down underneath it and I looked up. It just reminded me that, there's death and suffering, and we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. And there's the sun. There's the sky. It's the apple tree. It's the fall and our redemption. It's all here. It's all here. And that wholeness, one of the key words, key phrases I use for the Lovers is becoming whole. This idea of a healing of us, of all the sides of our persona, that wholeness is the wholeness that sees the healing and the love alongside the suffering and the death. So this Becoming Sight challenge, I encourage you, it just opens you up. It expands that intuitive muscle, that eye-opening muscle of reading the cards with our whole bodies, with our whole lives, and then allowing, in doing so, allowing the cards to actually bring into focus our whole lives, our whole bodies, our whole hearts. So at the beginning of the day, pick a card, post it if you're the kind of person who posts things on Instagram or on our Mindful Tarot Facebook page, and then throughout the day, hold that card in your mind, and as you encounter something that suddenly sheds light on the card, or that the card suddenly sheds light on, snap a picture of that. Have that be your second card for the day. Make sense? Clear as mud? If you're interested in joining the Mindful Tarot community, just drop me an email, info below, yeah, whatever your interests are. Thank you so much for your practice. Thank you for spending time with me. Take good care.